Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people, and welcome back to Timberborn, part 19 of our Emberpelts series. And if you're wondering why I sound a bit frustrated, it's because the wonderful energy grid in our area just hosed an entire recording. Things look a little bit different than what we left off with last time. That is because the original intro to this video was building the scaffolding and even getting the first level of wheels in. Granted, I don't have any way for the water to get down. I just realized I probably shouldn't have. Oh yeah, dude, never mind. There's a hole. I was smart enough to leave a hole, and that hole can be filled from the top eventually. So we can, once we figure out the routes that the water's going to go, we can get it in there. But yeah, I got all of this done, and I was working on also. That's a lot of wheels. Yeah. Well, 7 rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 rows of wheels. 20 across. So yeah, this is going to make a massive amount of power, provided that our bad water source is up to it. We'll see. But I've even started, setting up a system here to kind of capture the bad water, and this will all get capped off eventually. I just wanted to be able to see down there to know what in the world I was doing. But I've ran into a problem that as the power outage hosed both my recording and the voiceover recording. I used 2 separate programs, OBS for the video and Adobe Audition for my voiceover. They both crashed wonderfully in an elegant fashion. It was beautiful. Not really, it was annoying. But I've run out of dirt. This district they're just out of dirt. So that is where we need to begin today. And then we're gonna do something that I thought would be nice to do, just, as an extra over-the-top thing in the other district, but just kind of kept putting it off. And we're going to do that today while this district gets some more dirt. So let's get to morning so they can empty this and maybe pick up some of this. I doubt it, though, because most of these other resources are full. Cool, morning is here. Beavers are going to start appearing, and yeah, they should get this emptied in no time. Not just that quick. There we go. And then I don't know how much of this they're going to be able to actually pick up. Like I said, probably not a lot. Maybe just some of the planks. Yeah, that's about all they're really gonna, and they have. So I'm gonna slow things down, get rid of this rubble, like so. And then we are going to get rid of this path here. And then I need to do a couple of things because I want to greatly expand the number of extractors we have. I have 41 beavers doing nothing. I could get like 10 more of these things. I'm not going to do 10, but I probably am going to do like 5. And we're just going to get this going a little bit better. Let's empty this one as well. Get rid of this stuff here, and then I need to get them down here. Whoa, hello, come back. Down below to clear some of these trees, because we're going to kind of go off of both sides here, I believe. And then we'll work out where storage is going to go in a moment. I'm also going to extend the tube ways down somewhat. I've got an idea for what that's going to look like. Just haven't quite gotten there. Oh, they were picking that up. Oh, well. So, yeah, we need to get them down to this level to clear these dead trees out. Some of them are just little twigs and will clear out when we try to build over them. Some of them, however, are not. And I need to go to about there, maybe a little farther back. And we're just going to clear as much of this. I just now saw there was that there. I could have used that. Oh, well. Whoops, I've paused, not sped this up. So they should get these stairs in pretty quick. And there's ladders, not stairs. And then get down here and clear all of these. I did not mark them for demolition. I thought I marked them for demolition. What did I choose? I don't know. It's early in the morning and I didn't get much sleep last night. Just you know, one of those things. Could say flooded building, eh? Is it this? Yeah, it's just that dropping more water than this channel can accommodate. Keeps happening from time to time, but it also clears back up like that. So I'm just not worrying about it for now, since that's not its end state. It is going to definitely change. Cool, that cleared a lot of that out of there super duper quick. We can get rid of that. There are some planks they could pick up. Do we still need some planks? Yep. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and continue. I guess I didn't need to delete anything down there. Oh well. I'm going to continue, and we're going to build, not terrain blocks, because we're out of those. We're going to just come in here and get a couple more of these in, like so, and then where I can't get them because there's nothing to support them, we're going to build some platforms, and then eventually I'm going to go down so that I can just build this out. The platforms are going to be on the right level. I'm not going to worry about making this all one flat space. So here, should be able to do that. No, I want a 5 there. Cool. Bop that out of existence and replace it with a 5. They are obviously going to need power as well. So we will get them that. And then here we are going to need to get them up 2 is what I need there. I should have known that, but the angle I'm looking at it at just kind of didn't look like it was really 2. So you're going to need to be able to get in there, you're going to need to be able to get in there, and you are going to need to be able to get into there. Beautiful. So yeah, I didn't necessarily have to get rid of the storage on this end, so we will put one of those back. No, it is an underground pile that we want. So we'll put this one back in, and I think I can get some more back here, hopefully. That's going to be the goal. So cool, that will get me one more right here, I believe. This should, yeah, that'll just sit there. Lovely. Perfect. Excellent. And then I guess I could continue this out with a platform for this next one. But what I'm hoping to do down here is on this end just drop down to the ground, but I was hoping that it would just be connected, but I don't think it's going to be. Also, I'm not really sure how they're going to build all this power. I don't really have anywhere to stand to get up there. We may have to help them out a bit in that regard. And then, yeah, that one's just going to be right back down on the ground again. So my idea of putting them up in the air a little bit isn't going to help me any. So that is 4. Let's do 5. Connect that, and then figure out how we're going to get them over to here. And the answer is going to be this. That will let them reach. If I pause this, actually that would have just, yeah, we don't need this at all. I can just pause that platform. They can come over here and build the power, and then they can come over and get in the next one. Cool. So if I want another one up here, which I would rather not have them going too far. I don't know why I'm doing the gap of 1 every time. Mainly because I like it. That's about the only real reason that the gap exists. So we're just going to keep rolling with it. So this should be a 4 to get that connected. Yes, that is indeed a 4. Cool. And then another one right there. And then we have to figure out how to get them into this one, which is going to be a lot of ladders. Just like that. Beautiful. And then the next one will just be on the ground. Once again, we'll have to build a stack of the power shafts. So we'll pause that momentarily. That's a tunnel. That is a neat thing to have, but totally unnecessary. Power. power shafts. Wrong power shaft. Third time's a charm. There we go. And then build those up. And then over. And then we're going to put one more in right here. And, you know, the upside to them being out of dirt is most of my workers, most of my builders aren't going to go over here and work on this right now, even though that's, you know, the higher priority project because it's the older project. But they're going to come over here and work on this because they can't really work on anything else. So I want to make sure that they don't have to come to this two-way and then walk this whole way down. So I'm going to give them just a couple extra places to get in and out of everything. But first, we need to make sure that we have guaranteed that they can enter all of these. Like so. And then I'm just going to connect some of the basic ways I've been doing two-ways by bringing it in like... yeah, let's go in front of the power shafts. That seems like a good spot to me. So we'll go there, and then we'll do another one like here. And then where can I get one more that's going to just kind of work for us really well? Probably, I don't know, I wouldn't be able to do there, but I could do there, and that says it's connected. Is it really, though? I can do here, and just have this one be a little bit backwards from the others. So, actually, no, that won't work, because I don't have anywhere to bring the tube up. And I don't know, whoops, I don't know if the tube-way will connect from the bottom with this piece. I've never tried. I guess we could find out, but I don't know. I'm not really in the experimenting mood. I'm in the getting stuff done mood. So that's just what we're going to do. We're just going to get stuff done. So that's that one. And I thought I built another one. No, I was going to build another one, but we didn't. Okay. That's what's happening. So then we need to go two-way tunnel and come down to, whoops, right here. Actually, before I do that, I want two-way so that I know where I need to tunnel from. And now I can go two-way tunnel. I really need to learn to do the tunnel first. You can get the mouse to kind of sneak in between a couple pixels and get the two-way tunnel underneath it. It's just tricky. There we go. Now I know where it needs to go, so I can put that back and that back, and then go way too far underground, apparently. So that is there. I'm going to go... there we go. Right here to connect this. And then this one we're going to bring to here. We're going to go down and below this one below. I can English. Yeah, that'll be fine with a tunnel underneath it because it will still support them. And I'm going to go one more right here and then up. And then we're going to keep going up until we connect right there. Excellent. Cool. That will get all of that connected. And that will allow us to make a lot more dirt. So let us get this built out. I'm going to unpause that one. I'm going to get all of this built, and then we will move on to the next project and leave this district to gathering their dirt. There we go. That gets all those in, but it dawned on me these weren't turning. I forgot to bring power to this side. That's okay. That's an easy fix. We can just go like right here and then bring that across like that, and that will get power to this side. I also realized I want to get in a bit more storage, just should they actually be able to get caught up on dirt. So we're going to come here and then to there, set all of these to dirt. And then maybe even a couple on this end, just to have them. I doubt they're really gonna get all that caught up, but we'll do it anyway. Looks like I'm only gonna get one unless I chop down a tree. I can't go to the other side because there's no room for it, so that is fine. So we'll go like that there, prep that. We'll prioritize this one tree and get that knocked out of here. Good, they have power now. Excellent. And you've got the tree down. Perfect. There we go. One last one for dirt. Mark that one for dirt. And hopefully going from just 2 and adding in 7 more will help us on the dirt production, because they will now make quite a bit more dirt. Each one every 2 hours makes 6 blocks or 6 piles of dirt. And of course, each block that we have over here requires all 6 of those. So yeah, we've basically made it so that we can do 7 blocks every 2 hours. This is gonna take a while, but that's fine, because we're gonna let them keep working on this. You know, as they're able to get some of it done, they will. The upside is right now the way the project is, because I couldn't really get the scaffolding to come around back, because I need to be able to build there as well, so I couldn't have the scaffolding in the way. I could run scaffolding along here, but I'm kind of fine with it as is. We've got to wait for them to get up to this ridge, and that may just be our solution for now. We'll see. I may change my mind on that once we get into building. So, with that done, we're going to switch gears away from this project temporarily and come back over to here, to a project that I thought, you know, that could be a nice idea, but never really gave it much more thought beyond that. And that is to extend the battery storage. Where is your door? So unfortunately, it means we're going to have to get rid of trees again, because we're going to have to build a way to connect this side to this side. And I really think the easiest way to do that is just going to be eliminate this row of trees and build a big, huge, massive bunch of towers. Actually, it's not going to be that many. How many trees is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, yeah, we'll only have to build up a little bit to get this done. Cool, I'm going to pause. Actually, I'm just going to slow down. And we're going to start stacking up platforms on this road. Just want to make sure I am really where I wanted to be. I am. So we're just going to go up. Okay, that's where I need to actually stop. So that one can go, and we can replace that with a 2. And then come across. Let's make them somewhat even here. Do they have a way up here? I don't believe that they do. So building that from this end may not be the greatest idea. And getting them down there is going to be a little bit challenging as well. They'll be able to walk over here to build the platform, but then will they be able to reach across if the platform's coming from that way? I don't know. I'm just not gonna bother with it, and I'm just gonna do this up here. A couple more. Yep, that's it. Go there, and then go 5 again. And now, because I don't have, you know, scaffolding to let them reach this section, I am going to have to build the power shafts kind of piecemeal, just like one at a time. But the nice thing is, this is already like in place with this scaffolding over here. We'll have to tear it down once the batteries are in, but we can let them just start slapping batteries down. Just like, you know, go. And it will work just fine. So Excellent. That worked out well. That gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 more batteries. And I could do the same thing on the other side, but I think on the other side, I would like to do power generation. Obviously, I can't go on the edge there, but I can go up here. And again, I don't have to worry about leaving these out in order just to... what's the word I'm looking for? Leave room for them to be able to get through and put the power shafts in, because the scaffolding is there, and they'll just be able to go that way. So that will work fine. And do I want to come on over, or do I want to do this last little bit with batteries? I think I want to come on over. So that will be there and there, and that will get that connected up beautifully. And then the only other thing that we'll have to do is, once we've gotten this all like in place, is come back through and get rid of where the tubeway comes up, which is going to be unfortunate. I kind of wanted to leave this scaffolding for future projects, but I think this is that future project. I don't know that we're really going to do much more beyond that. I could go with a few more batteries along the end here. Like, where can I get this one? So I can do 1, 2, that would give me just 3 more. Yeah, I'm not going to worry with just 3 more. This isn't quite as deep as this over here, so I could blast that a bit more down, but because the scaffolding sitting on top of it is sitting on top of it, it would, like, every so often the batteries would still have some terrain left there, so not gonna worry too terribly much about that. What I am gonna come and worry about, though, is just see, is this making a dent? And yes, they are making dirt way faster than they can haul it over here and put it in place, because basically they can work on 1, 2, 3 blocks at a time. They can't reach that direction. In fact, I don't think they can reach any of this at the moment. They can't. They are stuck on that project, so they're only working on this. And I'm okay with that, because as we build up these levels, they'll eventually be able to reach back here. So good, this side catching up on dirt. That is what we were hoping for. We have a lot of storage to be able to hold a lot of dirt, so hopefully I won't run into that problem again. But for now, we are just going to kind of hang out with these friends and get all of this built. Why are they building this platform? Oh, they are now. Okay, cool. So let's get this battery extension kind of knocked out here. Get a shot where we can see all of it. There we go. Cool. Let's get this all knocked out. And while we have a break, I just realized a couple things I can do. I was thinking I was going to have to destroy this and wait for this to be at the end. I don't have to do that. I can get rid of those two and instead just go over the top here. And then the same thing here. I don't have to worry about the fact that they can't get down here. What I can do instead is get rid of this one and this one. Being very careful not to delete, you know, part of the big dam here. And come up here. Maybe not the most practical solution, but definitely something that will help us get across. And then do this here. And then that is right there, instead of being one below the batteries, now right there with them. And then they should be able to just reach up above and get this all connected. Of course, that means I need to connect those ends there, and I did connect that in. Good. So that should help to where this is all just one continuous project, instead of having to stop and place a power shaft, wait for them to build it, place a power shaft, and wait for them to build it. They should just be able to build it. So now we will resume watching them build. So they've mostly got this new scaffolding in, and I wanted to create this second row for a couple of reasons. One, I want to maintain their ability to get all the way around the perimeter. But I also wanted them to be able to pick up the debris for what we're about to delete, because obviously with the batteries being this high up, or this close to the scaffolding that's next to them, they're not storing a whole lot of power. We need to get them to be able to take advantage of the whole thing. But before I do that, I want to make one adjustment over here. And I'm not holding down shift when I do any of this, because I'm really afraid that I'm going to accidentally delete the whole side of the reservoir. There we go. I want that down just one lower. Where it wasn't going to show us the lowest depth, the full depth of the gauge, I should say. So now I just want to very carefully, again, will not be holding down shift to do this, but I want to just delete this back row, and I want to back out here just to make sure that's all that's really going away, and it is all that's really going away. So very, very carefully. There we go. And that row. Before I click yes, I'm just like visually looking to make sure nothing else is highlighted in red, so that we safely remove this. Because I know if I hold shift, I'll just bump the mouse just a little bit as I click the button and tear down something I don't want to. So going to avoid that problem altogether. There we go. And then I just need to spin this around so that I can see that row. Cool. They'll still be able to get that done. They can come from two different directions to do that. They've already gotten the water gauge back in, or stream gauge, and it now shows us full depth. Instead of that would have just said 1.65. It's 2.65. Doesn't matter. No, not really, but I wanted to do it anyway. So I wanted to make sure that they could clean all of this stuff up, because we did just use a lot of resources to get things built. So I'd like to be able to get it. The logs, not really an issue. Planks, maybe. Metal blocks, probably not many of them that they'll be able to pick up. In fact, they're already saying no. But I'm just going to let them work on that for a little bit here. In fact, I'm going to just wait until I don't see beavers coming up here at all. So let me get to that phase, which I think actually we're there. Yeah, we're there. Though it is kind of quitting time. I'm going to wait till morning just to be safe, to ensure that there's nothing else that they can pick up. Yeah, we're already a couple hours into the workday. Nobody else is coming up here, so we're just going to grab the delete rebel tool and get rid of that. And wait for some lag. And then there's some more there, I'm pretty sure. No, I did not get all the way going that way. So cool. And then we should have one more little bit right there. And now we have increased our power output with the wind blowing. It's not even max, to 15,000. So we're double what we need. But again, this district over here, whoa, what are you guys complaining about? Oh, we have a lot of sick beavers. And did I delete all the hospitals over here? I don't, hospital beds. I may have. I don't think I did. I think they have some. And we have a lot of injured beavers over here, and I'm thinking we need a lot of hospitals. Or medical beds. So we're just gonna plop those in down this row here. I could have swore that I built the medical beds after I tore down the old ones, but apparently I did not. So I'm just going to cram in a bunch wherever I have space. And get all these little friends healed up. Because this isn't good. We can get one more like right there if I extend this path out. Beautiful. And then we'll put in one more like there, and I can even get a couple over here. This is probably way more than we needed. Hey, you know what? We'll have them for now. Granted, none of this right here is permanent. All of this is going to be changed. Every bit of it. So that should help tremendously. You know what? We'll just... While we're filling in all the gaps, let's fill in all the gaps. There. I'm not going to go there just in case I decide to do something with the tube ways. And we'll leave this back here for now. That should hopefully help with our beavers being injured. I really thought I had replaced the medical beds. Like, I even remember at one point in doing this thinking I gotta build some medical beds, and then I built 2. Oh, no, those have been there forever. Okay, so yeah, the 2 or the 5 that we had just wasn't sufficient. So it'll take a minute for them to all get healed up, but it'll be fine in the end. I wondered why I had so few available workers given the numbers that we're looking at, and now that makes sense. So they've almost finished this, and in the meantime they have also nearly filled up all of their dirt storage. So next time we should be in really good shape to one, cap this off. I'm not gonna do it until I get an idea of how high this is gonna go though, because basically what I want to do is cap it up until we're at about the level of where I need it to go over and start flowing into there. I just don't know where that's gonna happen yet, like, because I'm gonna have to like start from the top and work my way down, and I don't know how many layers I'm gonna get, how many levels I'm gonna get. You know, I could figure it out by just like building a set up here, up this side, because they won't be able to reach most of it. Yeah, I can figure out how high it's going to go and then go from there. But I'd rather just kind of build it a layer at a time and then put the final touches on it at the end. I don't know, just seems like the easier way to deal with it. And they have already made some pretty great stonking holes, which is awesome. If we decide we want to level that gets rid of a lot of dirt. That's actually useful. I do kind of wish that when you blasted out the mountains that you'd get some dirt for it. Obviously, you know, IRL, you blast out an entire mountain, you're gonna have to then clear out a lot of dirt. So I'd like to get some dirt from blasting. I see one more spot. There we go. But I don't know. Obviously, video game about cute little beavers, not IRL. So to recap what we've done. More dirt excavators, 7 of them, right? We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 new ones. A little bit more storage than we originally had, just to give these guys hopefully a leg up on the project. For some reason, dynamite is going down. Are they using explosives? No. But it's been, the number has been dropping instead of coming up. I'm pretty sure that it has been. Like, what uses explosives? I'm not 100% on that. It hasn't been over here because this has been done for a long time, so it should be coming back. This doesn't. This just uses extract, which, by the way, we are using more extract than we are producing, but that'll be a problem that gets solved. You can see it's slowly starting to dwindle. We're only producing half of what we need, but we have so much stored that I'm not too terribly worried about it, because if I need to, I can always just throw in a temporary one somewhere, cut down a few trees maybe, or stick it back here somewhere. Who knows? Eventually I want to have it closer to where the bad water is over here, but that's a future thing. I'm just waiting on them to get like this last block in, so at least something is completed before before I wrap up, but it looks like not going to happen because we're at the end of the workday. They're going to get all the materials over here, but they're not going to get it built. Oh well, that's fine. So we've got a big project for next time, which is going to be this, and this may even take 2 videos just because this is going to come up several layers, because we're going to basically do this same thing over and over and over and over again. And you can kind of see the idea of how I'm going to get the power connected in here. They connect across on that second block, which I doubt the bad tide or bad water is going to get that high. I'm pretty sure that this bad water is just as weak as this one over here that's powering all of this. I put a stream gauge on it a long time ago to check it. I just don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was pretty low. So we won't be dealing with the bad water being up higher than that and spilling over into the different channels. So they connect across, and then from there we're going to go up to connect them vertically as well. And then where it comes out, I don't know yet. We'll figure that out eventually. Since all of these wheels are kind of just like here on the edge, I could easily just like find one spot here, blast it open, and go that way, or we can come from the top down. Either one will work just fine. So that is going to be next time. But for now, we have, I can't even get this in view. Like, there we go. What if we come way over here? Yeah, I can see it. Terrible thumbnail, though, because it's the top where I usually put the text, but I'll figure out the thumbnail. But big project that we can put it over there. Lots more batteries. In fact, I forgot to double check now that scaffolding is gone. Yeah, 52,000. Not quite as much as these, just because it doesn't go down as deep. I could blast that deeper in just that section, and I don't know, but it's not a huge concern because we're making way more power than we need right now, and we'll be fine. So anyways, I'm gonna leave it there, and until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.